property tax, taxe foncière, taxe d'habitation, frais de copropriété. Of course, the whole building is going to cost. Those fees are likely to be higher because you're non-resident, and that's how it goes in France. You would have an idea of these amounts once you buy the property. The bank might ask you to set back 300 or 500,000 euros so that they can lend you the money.
Can any of these fees be negotiated?
Hello guys, and welcome to the French Tax Online channel. Today we are with Rayann again, who's the community manager of French Tax Online. And he's been receiving quite a lot of questions about how much it really costs to own a French property. So he's going to ask me all of your questions and I'll do my best to reply to them. Let's go.
Let's go. So as Géraud just said, we have gathered as much questions as we could on the topic of the properties here in France.
Yeah.
And we are going to be asking you what the community has been asking. So hopefully what everyone is asking, as a matter of fact. Yeah. First question, Géraud, what does the advertised price on the listing actually include?
The net price you're going to pay, which is all fees included, not including the notary fees, which I'm sure we're going to talk about, right?
Yeah.
So if you see a 100,000 euros advertisement, this is including agency fees, right?
Yes.
So you're not likely to pay more fees. Be careful though, because sometimes some advertisements are a bit blurry and you might pay the agency fees on top of it, but this is very rare. This is not how it usually happens in France.
Okay, thanks for that. So, other question. How much are notary fees and what do they cover? So
the notary fees, it's stamp duties in English as well. This is usually around 7.5% of the purchase price, okay? So you would pay them directly to the notary office once you buy the property, the day itself, okay? And this is including 90% of taxes for the French government, and the remaining is the notary fees. I mean, the payment of the notary for his work.
Okay.
Right? So you don't have to pay extra. The work of the notary is including into those fees.
Into the 7.5%.
Yes. And it's the same whether you have one or two notaries included in the sale, right? So it means that you can have your own notary, okay? And you won't pay more fees, more taxes. This is exactly the same. It means that the fees will be split between your notary and the other notary.
Very clear, okay. Are estate agent fees included in the sale price and who pays them?
Yes, it's, as I said in the first question, this is usually included, okay? And it might be you directly, I mean the buyer, or the seller. But in the end, you won't really see the difference because, again, you're going to pay a net price. So you may pay 90,000 plus 10 or 100, including 10 as fees. But in the end, you're still going to pay 100, right? So it's pretty much the same. Very
clear. Okay. What are the banking costs if I take out a mortgage?
That's a very good question. Especially for non-residents, the cost and the fees would be quite different for the French. If you're French tax resident, you would pay usually the frais de dossier file fees, usually from 1 to 5,000 euros, okay? If you're a non-resident, those fees are likely to be higher because you're non-resident, and that's how it goes in France.
Is there any particular reason for that?
Yeah, it's more of a market reason because a lot of banks do not do that. So the few ones doing it take advantage of it and charge you more. That's the game.
Okay.
And the second thing is you might as well get a higher rate than the French, but still cheaper than in the UK or in the US, to be honest.
Okay.
And the third one, which is nothing, you might be asked a collateral, which is like you bringing some money, invested money, right? So let's say you want to borrow €1 million, okay, no problem. But the bank might ask you to set back 300 or 500,000 euros invested with them, so that they can lend you the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Other question from the community on that topic. What are the ongoing costs after purchase? local taxes, maintenance, service charges.
Yeah. So basically, everyone, I mean, the owner of the French property, you're going to pay the property tax, taxe foncière, in October every year. If you're a non-resident, you're also going to pay the taxe d'habitation, which is like a living tax, pretty much, in November. Okay.
Okay. So the month, just the month after.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And the amounts are pretty much the same. You might as well pay some frais de copropriété if you own an apartment. Of course, the whole building is going to cost.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay some fees, monthly or quarterly. Okay.
Okay.
In any case, you would have an idea of these amounts once you buy the property, right? I mean, when you visit something, you can ask the estate agent, how much is it? How much do the current owner pay? And they would obviously give you the amount. So you would not go there blinded, right? Okay. Another one is the wealth tax, the French wealth tax, which is real estate wealth tax, IFI, and it's triggered from 1.3 million net of French real estate assets.
So it's only for those above that
Yeah,
level.
so if you buy a 1 million euro house, you won't pay this. Okay.
Okay.
Only if you buy a house which is worth more than 1.3 net of mortgage. So if you have a mortgage, then it reduces the taxable amount.
Okay, very clear. Other question from the community: can any of these fees be negotiated?
To be honest, not really.
Okay.
Well, you cannot negotiate the taxes.
Yeah, of course.
And you cannot negotiate the notary fees. I mean, it's fixed. It's 7.5. No one can do anything about it.
Okay.
And regarding the agency fees, in the end, it's more the seller that's going to negotiate with the agency, right? So if you are a buyer, you're coming in to buy it, you just can pay them, and there is nothing you can do about it because you're not the one with a contract with the agency, because the contract is signed between the agency and the seller. So only the seller can negotiate the fees.
Very clear. Okay. Other question: are the costs different for second homes?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing changes.
No.
Okay, interesting. And last question on that topic: are there any tax benefits or exemptions for foreign buyers?
Not really. There is a few tax difference for sellers, but not for buyers. Everyone pays the same. There is no niche fiscal, nothing. It's pretty much the same. Right.
Great. Okay, thank you. Then I think we have answered all of these questions.
Perfect. Thank you for asking me those questions, Rayann, and I hope we'll see each other very soon for a new video.
I hope so.
Thank you guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.
Bye.